What's going on, Mother Truckers? Welcome to the Asian Mai Show. So, a lot of subscribers have been asking about Landstar because they're looking at opportunities to becoming owner-operators. Now, I reached out to Roadfield Home with Ryan and Sophia. They have a great YouTube channel, and they're giving, settlements, showing load boards, a lot of great information. Before you jump into this video with Ryan, here's the thing. Jump to their channel. Link will be below, and say the Asian Mai Show sent you. Show them some love, man. When people are showing their true numbers, it saves you time and money, especially if they're doing it from the kindness of their heart. Thank you so much, Ryan and Sophia, for this video, and I wish you the best of luck in trucking, especially on YouTube.
Show you get on the laptop and show you the load board and what's on there in my searches, and I actually printed out my settlement statements since I'm here at home. But here is that Canadian load I did last week. Yeah, Nakups, BC. I can't pronounce that, so if you're from there, you know it. I apologize. Over to Minneapolis. Basically, my cut was a little over $2,000. I took out $800 for fuel on this because I kind of knew going in that I may have to drive home back from Minneapolis back to Ohio because there wasn't a lot popping up. I actually tried to book 2 loads and they both canceled on me like as soon as I booked them. So it cost me like $150 to drive back home versus sitting there all weekend until Monday. And then I still got $250 left on my fuel card. So I had all my other expenses come out, and even after taking that $800 out, it put me a little over $1,000 there on that for that week. And like I said, I still have $250 left on my fuel card, so I could basically say I'm at $1,300 with what I had. And taking out a truck payment and all that, and a little bit of insurance that's not on here, that's on my end. It basically puts me, right around $900 for 4 days. So it's not a terrible week by most standards, but definitely not where I wanted to be at. But like I said, I'm at home. And down here you can see all the loads I had stacked up. I had at Mount Sterling to Corona, which is by Los Angeles, and I had that San Bernardino to Salt Lake, then this Parma to Sabina. That's where I'm going here this morning. But so basically those two the 2 good loads are canceled. So that's a settlement that I got paid on Wednesday. So we're right at a little over $30,000 since February 26th is when I went back to Landstar. I believe with Mercer I was right around, I think I'm like at $22,000. So basically at this point for the year I'm a little over $50,000 on 1099 income. But get on the computer. So a lot of people have been asking about volume, and this is the amount of loads that are on the Landstar board right now. Just a little over 23,000. And that's everything. That's not just the loads for today or the next week. That's for everything from now to the end of time that's on the board. That's a total amount of loads. So, and a lot of those might not even be good loads. So it's about 6-7 weeks ago, we were at 45 to 50,000 loads on there. So the volume is definitely down. So back to my searches. So this is where I'm going today, and I had a search set up. And see this so this is going up to Massachusetts, 246. It's 41,000 pounds, hazmat, and like I said, that's basically going to pay me about $1,200 maybe, and I'm gonna have to drive back home. I've even went and done a search because that's one of the cool things. And this JDP, a lot of times they do a lot of brokered freight. So chances are, even if I did call about this, it won't even be available. Then you can search over here for loads at your destination. And this kind of showed me for the day. So there's basically 3 loads on here that are available for next Monday if I took that load and went up there. And the rates aren't that great there. Even that short load, it's 84 miles, it's paying $455. But it's like I'm gonna do $250, so it's not even worth I don't even like to, if something's less than $1,000, I mean, the time I waste a day picking it up and sitting there 2-3 hours and taking it somewhere, it's not even worth my time. So I just don't mess with that stuff like that. But go back. So this is it. There's basically 22 loads. That's for tomorrow or even Saturday, I think I put on there. And I mean, the short stuff, usually short stuff pays a lot higher per mile. But there's nothing that interests me on there. So here's my West Coast load or search. This was that load that I was talking about, requires a 48-foot trailer, and that one pays halfway decent considering the circumstances. Right now is at $240. I'm going out to Modesto, but this Florence, Kentucky, I might $1.81. That puts me, like I said, I'm like at $1.23 or so at that rate, which might cost, like I said, about 75 cents. I mean, I might, I don't know, I might just set it out next week and see what happens. I really don't want to take something that cheap, but based on, like I set my search up, 500-mile radius, a minimum $3,000 on the revenue, and all the West Coast, like 20 states out there, pretty much everything west of the Mississippi. And these are the loads I have for 7 days, from today until next Friday. There's 9 loads with that search criteria, with a minimum of $1.80, which puts me like at $1.22, $1.23. So this is it. So usually at that criteria, that low of a rate, I mean, a couple weeks ago, I would probably see 100 loads on here. But I know most of these agents, and this NNV, they're out of they're like Burbank, California. I've never had, every time I've called them, the load's not available, or they don't even answer the phone. So I know all this is all brokered freight, and they're probably not even good loads. So that's kind of the status of the board right now, and yeah, it's just not very good. So where we're at right now, and like I said, I did a Say No to Cheap Freight video a while back. If you watched that. And like I said, I think it's a matter of volume is the problem out here right now. There's just no loads, and it's a free market, and it's to the shippers and the consignees' advantage right now, because you got more carriers, owner operators, and everybody else out here that are fighting for these loads, and they can much pay as little as they want, and then somebody's going to take it. So it's you got guys that got cheap costs that I mean, if they can make 50 cents and run their trucks into the ground or whatever they're going to do, they're going to do it. You got guys that got big payments, and they got to make ends meet and make those payments. So I mean, they're going to run just to cover their costs, so they don't lose their trucks. You got team drivers out there. If you got 2 or 3 people, I mean, yeah, there's literally, I think I seen a video with Sierra England where they actually put like a bunk above. They basically have 4 bunks in the truck, or they can put 4 people in a truck. So and I don't know if that's for training or what they're doing, but I just seen the video of it, and I thought it was pretty crazy. But if you've got 3 people in a truck, and that truck is running 24 hours a day, basically, that lowers the fixed cost. Because once you pay your truck payment, your insurance, all that's paid for, so it doesn't matter how much you run. The more you run, it gets cheaper per mile. So if you got a couple guys in a truck, I mean, they can run a lot cheaper. So, I mean, I know what my costs are and what I'm going to do, and I know what I'm going to run for, and if I can't get what I want, then I'll stay home. I mean, I got a little money right hold away, and, I'll be good through June if I have to. I mean, I had some financial goals out here, and looking to get out of this house and do something else to be announced. And so I was looking to progress those plans, but kind of with the thing, might get kind of backburnered for a couple months, and we'll see what happens. But so I mean, you got to know what your costs are and what you can do it. And like for me right now, it's if things don't improve, I'll just sit it out for a few weeks, and I've got other things I can do here, other projects, and I know everybody's not in that situation. I feel for you, but like I said, good luck out there, and that's like what we have for an update.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.